Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. Not so live this morning. This is a pre-recorded session. The time now is 4:22 a.m. GMT. 4:22 a.m. GMT. It is 6:22 a.m. South African time. Right. So I'm having a pre-recorded session because there are a couple of good-looking opportunities that I don't want us to miss. So I want us to go through them quickly before our normal scheduled time. So let's have a look here. We'll start with what I am already in the trade for here. It is Euro US dollar. Okay, so Euro US dollar has made this three-wave pullback here. Let's have a look at this three-wave pullback. I'm on the 1 hour chart here. We're going to go to the 4 hour in a bit, but let's have a look at the 1 hour chart. This is already in play. It's already confirmed a trade for further upside. I'm actually going to add another position here on Euro US dollar because I already got one when I saw this reversal here. Let's have a look here. Let's get the yellow. So Euro US dollar has done this, and now it's making a push to the upside. This is giving another entry here on the lower degree on the 1 hour. So we're looking for further upside on Euro US dollar. All right. So that's what we're looking at on Euro US dollar. I'm just adding another position because I see a new confirmation here. I had one trade set up here. I had one execution here. Now I'm taking another one at current levels. Okay. Right, so that's what we have on Euro US dollar. The bigger structure, let's just look at the indicators. They're all confirming upside. So if you look on the 1 hour, the RSI is above 50, although we are at the top here, but there is a trade set up on the 4 hour. So that's why this one looked very good for retaking. Can you see what it looks like on the 4 hour? So on the 4 hour, the trade setup is, the stop loss will be around 21, exactly at 21. Look at the indicators. This is at the bottom. This is above 50. So Euro US dollar looks very good for further upside here. Okay, so look for further upside here, and the entry is at current levels. Let me switch. Oh, let me take this off here. Let's just take this one off here. So yesterday we projected this blue box on Euro US dollar, expecting that this will be a three-wave pullback. Let's see, this could even go further up higher. So as soon as we are cleared, we've cleared around these levels, you can actually move your stop to break even, so that if it's going to come here and reverse, then you are safe. And otherwise, if it's going to continue to the upside, if this is the resumption of the move to the upside, how could it be the resumption of the move to the upside? There is a possibility that this three-wave structure here has completed, and this is ready for a move to the upside. So that's why you don't want to miss upside just because you're expecting this to do this. So that may not happen. So either way, you should be in the trade if this one is going to go all the way and retest that level there on Euro US dollar. I'm going to look only at trade setups currently. So the DXY is still continuing to the downside. Let's go to the 4 hour. That's another setup on the 4 hour, just like you've seen on the Euro on the DXY. This is about to play out here. So the DXY has not played out yet. It's just unlike the Euro US dollar that is already breaking out of this structure, obviously to the upside, and the DXY we're expecting this to the downside. Now if you look at the indicators as well, confirming further downside on the DXY, we are below 50. We have reset at the top. We are about to break below the structure, so we are going to see further US dollar weakness there. Euro US dollar is what we've just looked at now. Let's have a look at pound now. So pound is making it has made a slight pullback, but as you can see, we've already reset it. This is a three-wave pullback on the 4 hour. We are already at the bottom. The RSI is well below 50. So the pound keeps continuing to the upside, and we're still looking for that 145 on pound. So if you look on the 1 hour, let's see if we've got a decent trade setup on the 1 hour. It looks like we do have. So this is what happened with pound here with this three-wave pullback. Has already played out to the upside. Maybe too late to be looking at this one, but pound should continue to the upside. It's a bit slow now, but we could see this one come up around this level to this and make a continuation to the upside. But the one that's looking good in right now is Euro US dollar. US dollar chief with US dollar chief. This one we just need to stay away from for now. It is going against what the DXY is doing. So we're going to update the structure on the DXY. Rather on on US dollar chief. So let's see how this is going to play out. All right, so that is US dollar chief, so we stay away from this one. Let's look at some high probable trade setups as well. Another one is Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar has just confirmed another upside here a few hours ago. Was another trade setup here on Euro US dollar. We're still looking for further upside here. This one is just broken out of this structure. It's making another corrective structure. We'll look for this one to go further higher. That is Euro US dollar. So the euro looks to be strong in the next coming sessions. So let's have a look here on the daily. How far do we expect this to go? It's a parabolic move to the upside, and it has given us an entry, so we'll look to ride onto this trend. So the structure here on Euro US dollar, we may be looking for this to do this 1, 2, 3. So your target should be around 132 on Euro US dollar, looking for this equal legs W, X, and Y. Okay, if you look at the internals here on Euro US dollar, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and the 3. So I got another entry here. Then you can look to get in here with that 1 hour entry on Euro yen. Right, so chief yen is usually correlated to euro yen, but would not really want to take chief yen, as we've seen the weakness over the last couple of days on chief yen. Is this going to make an expanding flat and continue to the upside? There is a possibility for that, but we'll have to wait for all the time frames to confirm, as well as the indicator. So we would want the daily to be above 50 here. Would want the 4 hour to be above 50. Would want to see a setup here for upside if we're going to get involved in chief yen. But I'd rather we stay with euro yen. Okay, so that's what we have. Audi yen as well has just made a confirmation of a trade setup around these levels. Let's go back. This was the previous one here, which you looked at on Sunday. This is the daily, by the way, guys. So this was another entry here. There's another one that has just played out here. Let's just have a look at it right now. 4 hour on Audi yen. So Audi yen is confirming another upside here. We've just confirmed with the breakout of this corrective structure. You can actually take this one at current levels because Audi still looks like more upside here. If you want this one here, you can look at it on the 1 hour and look to take it up higher. So we are still bullish against the against the US dollar. So here's another setup on Audi. Here's another setup on Audi, looking for this one to keep pushing up higher. I got this one here earlier on last night, so we'll be looking for this one to continue to the upside. You can get in onto this one on the 1 hour. So let's have a look here. On the 1 hour, you will see that we've got, actually in the 1 hour does not necessarily have a trade, so this one is on the 4 hour, confirmed on the 4 hour, so wait for another one. Let's wait for another confirmation on the 4 hour. So this is actually good to take on the 4 hour. You just need to be mindful that if you're taking it here, put your stop loss here. It's going to be a bit further away. So let's see, 70 is about 100 pip stop. But once you get a correction here, you can move your stop just below the flag here. So from current levels, you can still take the trade. Look at this here. RSI well above 50, showing that this is still going to push to the upside. We're still expecting more upside on Audi US dollar. All right. Let's run through the rest. Pound, we've already gone through. Chief, US dollar CAD, continuation to the downside. Nothing new there. This is going to continue to the downside as long as the dollar is weak and the CAD is strong. We're going to see continuation to the downside on US dollar CAD. We've been talking about that one. Every time you get an opportunity to take it to the downside, you take it. New Zealand, no new trade setup. As you can see, it's just making a parabolic move to the upside. But if you get a 1 hour entry, you can get involved. You're taking it to the upside. If you remember yesterday, we said this one has broken out of this structure. So you can look at any corrective structure above that. Any corrective structure, we've broken up above that. So any pullback, you take it to the upside. Okay, so that is New Zealand, US dollar, South African rand against the US dollar. Are we going to get a bounce here? With the US dollar looking so weak, we're still expecting one more down. So that one more down has happened. Are we going to get this bounce? So let's see how this is going to play out. So we said yesterday we're expecting that this one could even make a V pattern and make a bounce around this level. Okay, So that's what we're looking at. Pound yen, just like the rest of the pound pairs, pushing up higher, parabolic move to the upside. Nothing changes. Every time you get a continuation pattern, you take the trade to the upside because the target here is around 156, and this 156 may even be broken to the upside if the structure is going to change, but for now that is the target, still 600 pips away. Let's go to the 4-hour. Let's look at the 4-hour and see if there's a new trade setup. There's nothing on the 4-hour as far as the upside is concerned. Let's look at the 1-hour. So in the 1-hour, do we have another one? Yes, we do have another one, another entry for upside on pound yen. Okay, so you can take it at current levels. You can take it at current levels because we've just broken out of this corrective structure. Now we'll be looking for pound yen to push up higher. Okay, so that is a pound yen looking for further upside. Be mindful here, and I see here on the indicator on the 1-hour, we are at the top here. So there is a possibility that we get a structure like this: 1, 2, 3. We get one more down first. So we've got one down, we've got one down here. That would be a decent corrective structure. So if you see pound dropping, don't think that that's a reversal. That would actually be looking for an entry around these levels to take it further up higher. US dollar yen. So US dollar yen, let's look for an entry here on this one. We have broken out of this three-wave pullback. I'm going to be looking for further upside on US dollar yen. 1, 2, 3 wave pullback was we broke out of this corrective structure yesterday. Okay, did not quite give an opportunity for a pullback, but now we are correcting here. So we need to see what this correction is going to play out like. I'm very interested in taking euro yen to the upside should this correct around these levels. All right, so that is US dollar yen, euro yen, we've already looked at, chief yen, we've already looked at, CAD yen, look for continuation to the upside. As you can see, it's just a parabolic move to the upside, no opportunity to enter the trend, there's no pullback, so wait for a pullback there. New Zealand is gonna continue to the upside, similar structure to pound yen. Here's another one here showing continuation to the upside. Is there a trade setup on the indicators confirming? Yes, you can see they are resetting and the RSI is well above 50, so this you can still get involved in and still take this one to the upside. So New Zealand still looks very good for further upside. And look at let's look at Audi yen as well. Audi yen, you need to get a decent correction here, so wait a bit on this one. It is resetting at the bottom and the RSI is well above 50, so that's okay. Okay, so you want to get a decent correction here and take it further up higher. Gold. So gold had a drop yesterday. So now the structure of gold is pretty interesting. We've got a move up here. This is now looking like a three-wave pullback as follows. Okay, is this going to continue to the upside like that? Okay, so that is what we may be looking for on gold, but the indicators are not confirming that. Gold does not look like it's going to make this move. So gold looks like we're going to still continue to the downside. Look at where we are. We are at the top here. We are below 50 on the 1 hour. I was expecting this to be a pullback and then we see that move to the upside before the drop. But right now, what we're seeing is that gold is at the top here on the 1 hour and we'll be looking for a pullback here. But let's see if that structure is confirmed on the 4 hour as well. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. So the 4 hour is also below 50, but it has resetted here at this level. So we just need to watch gold to see what we're going to get here. We are still above 50 on the 1 hour. Is this going to continue to the downside? Even if it does continue to the downside, that will just simply be making a three-wave corrective structure and just be making this one a deeper one. Okay, so that is gold. So not really showing a clear direction as to whether we're going to break out of this structure, we're going to continue to the downside. So just give it a bit more time to give us more data on gold. All right, so that is gold. Silver yesterday, we expected that this move will give us downside here. We are not getting that downside at this stage, and we are looking at this. We're looking at this one to be the correction that's going to eventually drop to the downside, but we are resetting here, and we are looking like we're above 50 here as far as the indicator is concerned. Does that mean that this could potentially still be a move to the upside? There's a possibility for that, but let's just watch that. So we'll watch the silver and gold all together to see which one gives us direction first. Brent crude pushing up higher, just like all the other pairs that are giving us parabolic moves, every pullback on Brent crude is an opportunity to take it up higher. If you want to see how far we expect Brent crude to go, so if you look on the daily on Brent crude, just one parabolic move, one strong move to the upside there. So this looks like a wave three, like it's going to go for a wave three, because this was what we expected initially. What we expected was for this to come around here at equal legs. That's why we've been calling for 60. But now it looks like it's breaking even above that, and this one looks starting to look extended at 1, going towards 1,618. So we may be looking for a target at 1,618. Let's see where that 1,618 is on Brent crude. So let's have a look here. Let's project the 1,618. So if we're looking at that and that for a wave three, so the minimum length for a wave uh, three on the Brent crude could be coming around 82, 82,8, 82,8. So let's see how far this is going to go. Still pushing up higher, 82,8 is around this level, and it's almost the confluence of the structural level there on Brent crude. Right. That is Brent crude. Let's look at the pound pairs. Pound pairs are still pushing up higher. It's a parabolic move there on pound chief. So the strength in the pound as well as the weakness in the pound is what is giving us this move. So, and this one is another one that is giving us what looks like an impulsive move to the upside, and this looks like a wave three. And we're also going to look for this one to go to around the 1,618 at this level. So start it here at the bottom, take it up there, back around this level, not like that. Need to take this off. So let's put in the Fibonacci retracement tool and try to project the end of wave three. So that is wave three. So 134, that is the expected area where this could start any reaction lower. So we still have that wave three to the upside. So that means up until then, every time we get these small pullbacks, those are opportunities to take it further up higher. Let's go to the lower time frame. Are we getting any indication for another trade to the upside? No sign of no indication at this stage for a new trade. Okay, so since we got this entry about 2 weeks ago, that's around the 15th, there's not been any decent pullback. Right now, we've got a bit of a deeper one. It looks pretty decent. If it gives us a decent correction like this, then we can get involved again in pound chief. Otherwise, there's no decent area to get involved right now on pound chief. Pound CAD. So pound CAD has made a pulsing move to the downside after reaching this structural level here. Let's switch everything off and we just look at the structure. Let's look at it in the daily. So we cannot confirm anything as far as pound CAD is concerned, as far to whether this impulse that we're seeing here is the reversal that we've been looking for. Now we've got this move around this level. We've got that structure. Okay, so now we've made a pulse move down here. Are we going to start seeing pound uh pound pound CAD giving us a structure like this? Let's just look at here. I just want to make sure that we've got the correct structure. 1 2 1 2. So we could have something like that. Okay, so we could have something like this. So here in purple, I am marking this correction. So this should actually be in a different color. These two here should actually be in a different color. So is pound CAD giving us this structure for downside? Now, if I have to go even further, remember pound CAD did this first, so we could be expecting this and then upside as well. So we could be in this range for a while, but this is a very long range that is tradable. For now, we need to see if this reversal on pound CAD is going to give us, or if it's going to go all the way to the downside as expected. Let's go to the lower time frame and look for the stock and the RSI and see if we've got that confirmation. As far as the daily is concerned, we're still well above 50. Well, let's go to the 4-hour. You don't sell this as yet unless we're going to have a confirmation for downside. We can see that the 4-hour has dipped below. Now we're just looking for confirmation. We've looked at the structure. Structure agrees that this can actually drop to the downside. Now we need to see this coming to the downside. Now, if we're seeing this, we need to see this one resetting at the top. We need to see this one staying below 50. Then we can start looking to sell this one for more downside. That is pound CAD. So for now, we don't do anything on pound CAD. We've got that maybe, if, especially this will be this will have more potential for downside if it breaks lower than this and we start correcting here for further downside. That is pound CAD. Pound Audi. Right, so pound Audi, we are still we're looking for this one. Yesterday we were here. Now let's see what we had yesterday. We were looking at this to have made a structure as follows. A structure as just make sure that I'm getting it right. The structure on pound CAD. This was complete here. Let's clear this out here. Yes, we had something like this on pound CAD. So we had a structure like this with which we thought was complete as follows, and we were looking for this one to go further up higher. Okay, so we also saw the trade setup on the daily if this one was going to break above here. But let's see what this is playing out as. It is not over as yet as far as that structure is concerned. That is still valid. If you look at this, we've got 3 waves down here. We've got another 3 waves up here. And it looks like we've now made another 3 waves to the downside. 1, 2, 3. If this is the case, then that means we're still going to have W, X, and a Y here, and pound Audi is still going to push to the upside. But we are below 50 here. So if we don't get this above 50, we are not going to get that upside on pound Audi. Okay, so we're going to see here, we're going to see pound Audi as having started the trend to the downside already. And any trade setup here, guys, any trade setup here for downside, I would be interested in taking it to the downside. Okay, so let's watch if we're going to have a trade setup around those levels, and then we're going to take it down. That is pound Audi. Pound New Zealand is already on its way down. So let's see here. On pound Audi, we had this structure. Let's just have a look at this one again. We had this 1, 2, 3 waves to the upside, and now it is making a move to the downside. So this was an entry to the downside here. We discussed this one about on around Monday, looking for this one to go down together with the Euro New Zealand. Now, any pullback here, any correction here, trade setup around these levels, you're taking it all the way down. So if you look at the structure here, this structure looks to be complete as well. Looks to be complete, and we're looking for pound New Zealand to continue lower. Any confirmation for a trade setup here, we'll be looking for downside, especially on the 4 hour. You can get one on the 1 hour, but that will not be so convincing. But if you get one on the 4 hour, it will be a decent one. Euro pound, continuation to the downside. Nothing new there. We just look for continuation to the downside. Euro Audi, you all know that Euro Audi has broken from these levels from 3 weeks back. We've been looking for this to continue to the downside. Every time you get a decent entry like this one, you can get involved. But for now, there is nothing. You wait for another pullback and continuation to the downside. Euro New Zealand is the same. As you've seen, Euro New Zealand pound, not New Zealand pound New Zealand is breaking lower. And we saw this one around this level. So we actually had a trade set up here from around these levels on Euro New Zealand, expecting it to continue to the downside. We're still expecting continuation to the downside. Any pullback is a continuation to the downside on Euro New Zealand. Now, Euro CAD is continuing to the downside. Remember, Euro CAD from a couple of weeks back, we'd got the trade set up around, I can't remember if it was here or if it was here, but we've been looking for that to drop, and that our target has been around this level. We did say it is a modest target, so when we get to this level, we're expecting at least a correction around these levels and continuation to the downside. So this was our target, it was reached. Now we've broken lower. Now you can start looking for continuation to the downside because that structural level has been broken. Now, what we're looking for here on the daily, if we keep getting setups for downside on Euro CAD, the next target on Euro CAD is around these levels. So still at 1.5, it's about 200 pips. But if you get a decent pullback on the 1 hour, you can still take it lower at those levels. That is Euro CAD. Euro Chief made a parabolic move because of the chief weakness. And I was actually expecting that if it was going to make a move to the upside, it was going to reverse it around those levels, because I was expecting this, and I was expecting this to have made one, and then expecting this to make a push to the upside. We didn't get that. Instead, it has just pushed up higher. So that means it has started a move to the upside here. That's 1-2. It looks like another 1-2 in the lower degree here. Let's do this 1-2, and then we're looking for this one to go to the upside. So internally, that is the structure that we're going to be looking at. This is the internal 1-2. We go for a 3. We already made this 1-2 here. So looking more upside on Euro Chief. This one started with this one here, 1-2. So we've got 3 degrees here. 1-2. So we still want the purple to complete, we still want the red to complete, and we still want the white to complete. So still further upside on the Euro Chief. If we get a pullback here in the 4 or the 1 hour, get involved in Euro Chief. Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand, we've made a sharp pullback here. What is the structure that we expect? Because this is impulsive, this is impulsive. So the structure here is going sideways. So if we're going to continue from current levels, we're going to see this one do this. We've already made this impulse here. And here we've made this impulse. Whichever type of correction structure this is building up here, we may get a bounce here in the red degree first. Yellow. And then upside as follows. So that's a possibility for that. So this could be all a sideways move. But for now, let's see what happens with the downside. We're currently looking downside, possibly to retest this level over there. That is Audi New Zealand. Let's look at the rest of the crosses. Audi CAD on the daily, we broke out of this corrective structure. This was our trade setup here. It is still pushing up higher. Looks like we're getting another entry here on Audi CAD. Let's have a look in the lower degree. Looks like we're getting another setup here on Audi CAD. So watch Audi CAD for a break above this current structure. For a break above this current structure, we'll be looking for further upside. Okay. So we have resetted at the bottom on the 4 hours. So this is a very good looking one. We are at the bottom. We're looking for this. If you see a candle closing above the flag here, get involved again on Audi CAD. We're looking for further upside. Audi Chief. So these have been very simple trade setups, guys. You just take the trade as long as there's a structure and confirmation with the indicator. This is a simple upside trend on most of these pairs. So all you do is wait for these confirmations. Look at where the RSI is. This is already resetting. So it's just clear that this is going to continue to the upside. New Zealand CAD, structurally no confirmation. We can see the three-way pullback. You can see that this is above 50. This is at the bottom here, so we want to see a candle, a decent candle showing further upside. As it is now, there's no decent candle showing upside there. New Zealand Chief, wait for this one here to confirm. It's another one showing further upside on the 1 hour. RSI well above 50. We've reset it, showing us that we're going to continue to the upside. CAD Chief also making a parabolic move to the upside, showing continuation to the upside. So we'll see continuation to the upside here. Has not quite resetted here yet, so we may see this pulling back slightly here to actually get a reset there before continuation to the upside. Those are all the Forex pairs. Let's look at the indices. Indices now doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now the corrections have played out. We look for now for continuation to the upside. Now the S&P 500 has just confirmed further upside here with this 3-wave pullback and an impulse breaking above this. So you'll be looking for this to push up higher. You'll see there's some similarities with this structure on S&P 500 and what we have on Euro US dollar. So it was quite a deeper pullback on Euro US dollar, and now we're back just above those levels. So this is Euro US dollar. Let's just look at Euro US dollar. You see it also made this deeper pullback here, Euro US dollar, but this one looks more flat on Euro US dollar. And now we have come back to around those same levels before the pullback. We're going to see Europe continue to push up higher, or the S&P 500 to continue to push up higher. That is the expectation. We're looking for further upside. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. We're looking for upside here. We're looking for upside on the euro as well. We've already broken. That's confirmation for upside. If you want, you may want to wait for another correction here, because this one is a bit far. If you're gonna take this one, your stop loss will have to be here, which is a bit further away. So you want to wait for a correction on the 1 hour here. All right, that is the S&P 500. The Dow, nothing new on the Dow. You saw this. We had this for the last couple of weeks. These boundaries here, expecting a break to the upside, and it has now broken. Now look for continuation to the upside. It's playing out exactly as forecasted. So the markets have never been this simple. Have not shown this simple structures in a while. So the Nasdaq pullback, expecting continuation to the upside. That was the expectation. Any continuation pattern here to the upside, you look to take it. We need to see this one break above 50 here for us to confirm that this is actually on the way to the upside. UK 100. So the UK 100 is just going sideways here. Are we going to see this one give us this corrective structure and one more down? Doesn't look likely. We're not seeing confirmation for downside. Let's see what the 4 hour is showing us. So the 4 hour, we were looking for this to have made 1, 2, 3, and this one to start coming down here. That is still a possibility, provided this stays below 50 and this resets here at the top. Then we can still get one more down here on the UK 100. Not clear. I wouldn't want to sell UK 100. There's no confirmation for downside, and this structure level has not been broken. So just stay away from the UK 100. The DAX is showing upside. Nice corrective structure here. We should see the DAX break out of this structure and continue to the upside. So everything, all the instruments that we looked at on the indices are playing out exactly as forecasted. Nikkei, nice corrective structure. And if you look at these corrective structures, all of them are supported by the indicators. So it's not just the structure. Look at where we are. We are at the bottom. We are above 50. So we're simply looking for this to continue pushing up higher. The Nifty, the same. We had this decent pullback, and now the impulse move has resumed. We are above 50. We've resetted here. Then we look for the Nifty to continue pushing up higher. Looking at the cryptocurrencies, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, we're looking at this as a 3-wave structure. And if that is a 3-wave structure and this is done, we're looking for this to continue to the upside as follows. Possibilities that this can be a double correction, 1, 2, 3, that is W, X, Y, is there, and then upside. But we're not looking at that at this stage. It is a possibility, because if you look at this, we are at the top here and we are below 50. But if we look on the daily, we are still well above 50 on the daily. So that's why you do not sell those levels. You don't sell at those levels. In fact, on the daily, it's actually setting up for another leg higher. We are above 50 here. So that daily will only be invalidated if we get this move to the upside. You can get one more down and then upside. So Bitcoin is still pretty much bullish. I don't see any reversal at this stage on Bitcoin. And similarly on Ethereum as well. Same structure on Ethereum. If you look in the lower degree, 4 hour. So the 4 hour on Ethereum is at the top below 50. We also looked at this to be a three-wave structure. 1, 2, and the 3. Is this an impulse that's going to result in this one resuming upside, or are we going to make a double here first? So double can come as follows: 1, 2, 3. This one becomes a three-wave, or this can be the three waves. We come back down. This will be a decent corrective structure for us to get another leg higher on Ethereum as well. Litecoin, we just need to get that confirmation. Litecoin is well below 50, so this one looks like it's gonna dip down around these levels. Okay, so we also have three waves here. So if it's gonna come down like that, there's a possibility for this structure as well, and then upside. Let's just watch for this for now. Let's not get involved until we get confirmation on the cryptos. Ripple also well below 50. We're at the bottom, not showing any sign of upside. It's just bearish for now. So let's see how this is going to play out. I'd rather stay away from the cryptos until we've built these new corrective structures. That's all I have for you this morning. I will see those that are attending the course later on tonight. Have a great trading day. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.